bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up?
Hello, beautiful lady. Yes, I am talking to you. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on Thursday. Wife Life for Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a huge, huge favor. Make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you will know when I go live. And so tonight, I want to talk to you about why is my spouse so controlling? Yes. Why is my spouse so controlling? Now, let me just tell you, I do not condone any mental or physical abuse, right? But there are some instances where your spouse is just controlling and you don't understand why, you don't understand where it comes from. And so tonight I just want to give you a glimpse on why they might be controlling and some tools and some strategies that you can implement for yourself in order to lessen the blow and to get on the same page and figure out how you guys can coexist without them literally ruining your life. Okay. So, some reasons why some spouses might be controlling is fear, right? They might have this fear that you're going to leave them. They might have had a big, huge situation in a past relationship. It could be that they was, abandoned it and when they was young and they brought that into the relationship. It could be so many reasons why people operate out of fear. So that's number one. Number two, betrayal. It could be that they have been, cheated on. They have, felt like, when I get in another relationship, that I have to set these boundaries because I have been betrayed. Or they could be betraying you and they don't want you to figure it out. So it could be a two-way street with betrayal. Okay. The other thing could be mental illness. They could be dealing with some kind of chemical imbalance that makes them bipolar, that makes them have mood swings. All of these things could lead to them being controlling. The other thing could be low self esteem. A lot of times when people are controlling, it's because they're dealing with their own stuff and they're putting that off on you and making you feel less than so they can feel better about themselves, right? The other thing could be insecurities, insecure about their body, insecure about their profession, insecure how much that you really love them or appreciate them. All of these things can lead to someone being controlling, right? And then they could have an unhealthy idea of what love looks like. Some people are controlling and they think that you don't love them unless you're telling them that every single day, or you're, in their personal space all day long, or they can pick up the phone and get you readily. All of these things is unrealistic expectations when it comes to love, right? What is the type of person that usually has a controlling way about them? Is someone who is really has obsessive compulsive behavior. They like things in order, right? They strive for perfection in every area of their life, and they want people to think that they live a life that is of perfection, and everything is in order, and everybody listens to them and everybody admires them, right? They like to be in control of every situation, right? They are very, very, very uh wanting to be like the star of every situation, right? They're know-it-alls. They know everything. They've experienced it all. that type of personality tends to be one that is controlling, right? And they don't take criticism well at all, right? They like to give it out, but they can't receive it, right? They can dish it, but they can't receive it, right? And I'm just giving you a general type of person that is controlling, and everybody does not fit into this box, so I want to say that, right? But how do you deal with your spouse if they're controlling? And this could be a woman or a man, right? Because women are very controlling and men can be very controlling, okay? Number one is that you need to set healthy boundaries for yourself and healthy boundaries for them. And I know you're going to say, well, Dr. Gail, that's very hard. You don't know my wife or you don't know my husband, but you know yourself. And if you're going to stay in this marriage, they need to understand what those boundaries are. Number two, stop giving them the power over you. You are a whole grown adult. You have rights. You have a voice. And if it comes to a situation where you are being verbally or mentally attacked, my thing is get out. There is so many resources for you. If you're a man or a woman being verbally or physically abused, get out of the situation. That is not love. That is not healthy. Okay. Number three, communicate how them being controlling makes you feel. When you say these things or you call me and you say, or whatever that looks like for you, tell them how that makes you feel. Because your feelings are not debatable. So tell them how their behavior makes you feel. And once you do that, set healthy boundaries. Number four, stay close to your family and your friends. A lot of controlling people find fault with either your family members or your friends because they want to isolate you from them. Now, if your family and your friends are not healthy for your marriage, I can understand that. But if they're finding fault of these people just to isolate you, just to have them all to yourself, that's not healthy. You stay connected. Number five, get to the root cause of why they are so controlling. It could be some of the things that I mentioned: fear, betrayal, mental illness, low self esteem, insecurities, unhealthy expectations of love. It could be so many more things. It could be that they was abandoned as a kid, but you need to get to the root cause of what is driving them to be so controlling with you, and allow them to be able to tell you why, and also be able to verbalize how that makes you feel and what solutions can you come up with together so they can stop this behavior. Number six, get and demand your respect back. Get and demand your respect back, because people only treat you and say to you what you allow them to say to you, right? You teach people how to treat you. And that's the same with your spouse. If you show them respect, you talk to them with respect, demand it back. And sometimes this can be hard, especially if you have been in a relationship for any length of time and you have allowed this behavior to become the norm. That is not the will of God for you to be a doormat and be stepped on and be controlled and be all of these things that are going on in these marriages. You have a voice, you have rights. And number seven, ask for help. If you find yourself in a situation where your spouse is not listening and they're continue to be controlling and following you and calling you and doing all of these things that I've heard over the last 18 years that have been being done to in marriages, reach out for help. Get some counseling. Get to the root cause. Reach out to a licensed professional such as myself. Reach out to someone who's qualified in your church. Reach out to some of these hotlines that are available to you. Do not stay in a situation where you feel like you are helpless, because you're not. Okay? I love you to pieces. I hope that this teaching has helped you. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you next week. If you're a married man, stop right here. Dr. Gail, why am I in a sexless marriage? Why has my wife stopped sleeping with me? I have asked her and she won't give me any answers. I am ready to throw in the towel. Having no sex is driving me crazy. Well, fret no more. Dr. Gail is here. And let me just tell you, I have created a workshop just for you men, right? Just for you men to answer all of your questions and to give you an insight of why your wife might have stopped sleeping with you. Yes, I have been able to counsel over thousands and thousands of couples, right? And women just don't stop sleeping with you. There is a root cause, and I am going to help you work through those root causes and get you back in a situation where you're having amazing sex again. So do me a favor, click the link below. I'm holding a workshop just for 10 men, just for 10 men on April the 9th from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, I want to see you have an amazing sex, but you have to show up for this workshop and you have to ask the questions, and I'm going to be available to answer all of your questions and to pour into you like never before.
Right. If you're looking for more resources to take your marriage to a whole nother level, I'm your girl. Please click the link below and visit my website. There's tons of ebooks and books and all kind of things just to help you on this wife life journey. As well as I would love for you to join me on all my other platforms. You can look for me on TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page. I am always hanging out on all my platforms. So click the link below and join my tribe. I truly appreciate you.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. I don't want you give it